Adrian, and thank you so much for coming in and seeing me today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, what brings you in today?
Well, I made some decisions about my life, so I think that I'm on a track now. From the last time we talked, I was talking about my different choices I made with my CNA, GNA class, and work and moving, and I think kind of got it together a little bit.
Okay. So, what I hear you saying is that you think you found a solution to the problems that you had last week. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I was offered, the opportunity to take a free class for CNA, GNA, but the conflict was that the class was basically midday, and I still needed to work because I'm trying to move and I've had to pay bills. So, I decided not to take the class. I'm just going to go to school and use my financial aid, and I got another job, so that's great. So
okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to move by May 19th. I'm going to go look at some apartments at the end of this month. And, take them my pay stubs and see what they say. Because, income requirements are really holding me back. So, we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So, how do you feel that you aren't able to do the class because of work?
Because the class is from 10, the first month is 10 to 1. And then the second month, it is from 9 to 3. So, okay. I don't know where I would be able to work and, make a decent amount of money while taking that class.
Okay, I see.
Yes. So I just decided to get another job and work 2 jobs, and then I'll move in May, and then my niece or nephew comes in October. So I guess after I move, I'll just be, buying stuff for the baby.
That sounds very interesting. Buying stuff for the baby. Sounds like you're going to spoil the baby.
Yes.
Well, I also have a couple of nieces and nephews.
Okay.
So I totally understand how that feels and how it is to buy them a whole bunch of stuff that they absolutely don't need.
Right.
So that should be very interesting for you. Tell me a little bit more about the classes that you plan to take since you can't do your CNA GNA program.
So I'm going to go to Howard Community College. I'm going to try and do summer classes, but I want to get a work schedule down first. So I'm going to try and get a work schedule first. And then once I get my schedule, I'll see, what I have time for and what I can do. But I'm going to try and do all 3 this summer.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you're going to try to work 2 jobs and go to school this summer. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, what a challenge.
Yeah, it is. But, I went to school before and I messed up. So now it's like, all right, I got to go back to school.
Okay.
I need a career. I'm tired of retail.
Okay. All right. I see. And tell me about work. How's that coming along?
Same old. We actually had a meeting this week about, our bid schedule. We have to bid for our schedule. And I guess the servers and the bartenders didn't really like the schedule because certain shifts, you make money and then certain shifts you don't. And it seemed like the schedule was made to fit, people who have seniority. Because, you when you bid, you pick in order. So they had like 7 different shifts for servers.
Okay.
So I think they have 3 servers who have been with the company for a while. So those 3 people get to pick whoever's been there the longest, they get to pick their schedule first, and the second person and the third person. So I guess they had, issues with how the layout of the schedule was, I guess you can say. So we had a meeting with that. That didn't go very well. We suggested that they make the schedule like, everybody comes in and fill in the times that they want to work instead of, just giving everybody a shift. We suggested that. We suggested they have a 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. shift, but the servers were saying that, they don't make any money because nobody really comes into our restaurant until, I'll say like 2 or 3. Okay. We get like a rush at 2 or 3. Now people come in and out, but it's never like super busy where you need like all hands on deck. So yeah, they were trying to get that switch from 4 to 2 instead of 4 to 12. So, they could have breakfast and lunch so that they had, more chance to make money.
Okay.
What else did they suggest? I think that was all. But either way it goes, the manager told them no. So we're a union. So basically, if we have a problem with the way things are being ran, we just go to the union and say, look, I have a problem with this, and we meet with the union, Then we meet with the managers. Then we all meet together, and then they make decisions. So it's pretty cool that we kind of get to have a voice, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. So on the one hand, what I hear you saying is that the bidding didn't go as planned, but on the other hand, you guys are still able to pick your schedule.
Well, no.
No? Okay.
The bidding, we were supposed to bid today actually, and it got postponed because the main manager of the store, she was on vacation. So I guess the manager that she left in charge didn't make the schedule right, or I don't know. But when we were in the meeting, she looked at it and she was just looking at it like, no. She was like, I'm just gonna remake this whole thing. So she's supposed to be remaking the schedule, and then whenever she remakes it, she's supposed to let us know, and we're supposed to have another meeting before we bid to see the schedule, and then we're supposed to bid. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So it sounds like you feel still a little frustrated about that?
Not really. I'm kind of over it because at this point it's kind of like, I guess you could say I'm used to it. Like, you tell them something, they're like, oh, okay. And then you tell them again, they're like, what? So it's kind of like, okay, like, I just know I have to tell you 30,000 times so you can remember. But they are frustrating still, but I'm just trying to ignore them now. I just walk away.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that they're still unorganized.
Yes.
It still kind of somewhat frustrates you.
Yes.
But you're just doing what you need to do to keep the job. Is that right?
Yeah, basically, yep.
Okay, good. And so now I guess you don't have to talk to your manager about the class and...
Yeah, no, I don't have to. Nope. I just have to bid for
Okay.
my schedule, and see what they have available.
Okay.
Hopefully, the one thing that she did agree to in the meeting, we opened in, I want to say April.
Okay.
What is this? I lied. We opened in February.
This is April.
We opened in February, and since we opened, we've been doing like the hostess. We've been doing like either you work 5 to 1, or you work 1 to 9, or you work 6 to 2, or you work 1 to 8. So I did suggest that she leave that way. So she said she would do that because they had it set up where we were working 9 to 7 or 11 to 8, and you just really don't need a hostess all day for one, and two, I don't think you would want to have a hostess in there all day because if there's no in and out, we literally just stand there. So I don't think that would be smart business wise to have a hostess all day because they're probably gonna get bored and then they're gonna get frustrated. And, yeah.
Okay. All right. Totally understand. So I'm glad that you've made the decision about the class and work, and so then the next big decision that you have to do is the housing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So next I'm gonna go look and apply to some next week and see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of have to get some ducks in a row on that still. But I'm going to go look at some next week and apply and see what they say. Yeah, I'm going to try that. So hopefully everything goes as I
Okay.
planned it to.
All right. So right now, how do you feel about everything?
I feel okay, I guess. I'm not really excited or not excited. Because I don't want to get excited and everything go wrong, and I don't want to not be excited and get like unmotivated. So I'm kind of just like, let me just put everything in motion and go through it, and then
Okay.
when time comes, I'll handle it.
Okay. So on the one hand, you are excited, but then on the other hand, you're not excited
Yes.
because you don't want anything to fall through.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you feel maybe a little anxious too.
Yeah, I guess so. Just
Yeah.
ready to be by myself, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I'm excited about, being by myself.
Okay. Alrighty. So it sounds like everything is coming along greatly.
Mhm.
Do you agree?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good. Good. Well, I want you to take it easy. Continue to write down your goals and work on your goals, and continue down your working on your plan. And then I will see you again next week.
Okay.
Next week?
Next week, yep.
That sounds good. Okay. So, and before I go, how are you handling your stress? Everything's okay?
Yeah, I'm not really stressed about anything. I'm kind of trying this thing where I don't really deal with stress, I guess.
Okay. Well, I do want to let you know that some evidence-based research that tells us that some things that really help out with stress Not really known to be effective as far as like we can look at the numbers and say, yes, this works. But it does help some people is, stretching, exercising, meditation. So think about a couple of those things to handle with your stress. I know you say that you're kind of like not thinking about things, but in the event, all the planning that you get to start doing, and if you start to feel, any stress or any levels of anxiety, don't forget those things.
Okay.
Okay, does that sound good?
Yes, it does actually.
Okay, great. So is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go? We'll have just a few more minutes.
No, that's all really.
Okay. Well, Adrian, thank you so much for coming. Once again, if you need to come in between the weeks to make an appointment, if you want to have a discussion, feel free to call the office, and maybe we can get you. We'll get you in.
Okay.
If not, I'll see you next week. Okay.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.